I caught the end of them. We just made a sheep move in about 1 minute. Yeah, probably 2 minutes. Come blasting them down this hill out of that civil pasture where they've been feeding on acorns and sprouts, and the dogs have been keeping the predators at bay. And there they go on their new pasture. We wanted to get them, we got deer hunters coming in on the farm they were on. And so I wanted to get the dogs and the sheep away from the deer hunters. And the dogs tend to bark at anybody that comes on the land, which that's what they're trained to do. It can kind of mess with deer hunting. So you want to get your animals and your dogs away from deer habitat where there's going to be hunters at. Them sheep went right to those oak trees over there. I don't see any ill effects of the sheep on the acorns. I read somewhere, or somebody commented on my YouTube, sounded like he knew what he was talking about. He saw a milk reduction on cows when they went in and started eating heavily on acorns. I don't know if there's anything to that or not, but I guess if they got too many of them, it might. But the sheep, they just seem like they just get fat on them. I guess it's a little bit like, you know, it's a mass crop, and acorns had been ate by deer for thousands of years, and sheep are a whole lot like a deer. They graze like a deer. They're browsers, they're not grazers. And they've already disappeared up that draw. Then dogs are right there with them. So the dogs are running, they're on about 4 acres this morning. They'll be on there for 2 days. And they got a pond up there on top. And that pond has just been shredded, the trees around it. And deer have been working the willow trees over with their horns. And they like a willow tree. A willow tree is easy to rub the bark on. But that was one of the easiest sheep moves I've ever been a part of. I mean, they came flying down that hill. It was all I could do to get those wires up. Matter of fact, I didn't have time to even put posts on this side, and they were gone. So it's a beautiful time of the year. You can see the oaks up there starting to turn colors. The walnuts are clean. They've lost all their leaves. And they're holding on to a few nuts, as you can see up in the top of that one. But the oaks, all the acorns are on the ground. They've been on the ground now for about 30 days. And so the tannin content is a lot lower in the acorns now. Then we have the majestic cottonwood. Those are cottonwood trees. I love cottonwoods. They're beautiful trees, and they grow in lowland where you have a lot of water. Cottonwood, you hardly ever find a cottonwood up on a hill. They're going to be where they can suck up a bunch of water. But yeah, it's just that time of year. Winter's not too far. We're getting down in the 20s. Tomorrow, the high is going to be 37. That's kind of a typical November, December day. It is November 8th today. And anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and we're going to go get the sheep feeder, the sheep mineral feeder. We don't feed them anything. The sheep mineral feeder and the dog sheep-proof feeder. They get drugged down to this paddock. So y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.